Yeah, so we're in this territory of the eight worldly winds, and praise and blame we're going to stay with for a while longer. It's such a big deal. Um, it's such an important part of our interpersonal, common humanity. Yeah, we like praise, we don't like blame. That's true for others as well. Yeah, they like praise, they don't like blame, and we get both in this life, don't we? We get both, and we offer both. Yeah, it's the thing. It's a swinging door situation with praise and blame. And sometimes we'll think about the worldly wind stuff coming at us, and how are we handling what's coming at us? The praise, the blame. Susan talked about it. How do we receive praise? Yeah, yeah. How do we steady ourselves and not completely get blown over, like a tree does not get completely blown over when blame comes? How do we stay balanced? Yeah. But it's also, how do we offer praise? Do we offer praise? How do we offer praise? Yeah. It's so complex, because there's so many levels of holding in us. There are so many levels of tightness in us. It's not just in our thought patterns, but the way that we offer or partially offer or don't offer or partially offer is very much connected with often, early messages. We learn to kind of armor ourselves up at about age 2 or 3, as we start to negotiate the world and all what's coming at us, and we'll often hear about you ever seen a baby breathe? The full belly breathing, soft belly breathing, that stops at about age 3 or 4. We start to tighten up. We start to armor up a little bit. What is this world? Is it dangerous? Is it safe? Where is it dangerous? Where is it safe? Yeah, we start to tighten up. And the other place it tightens up is around our voice, all up through here. The voice through the belly, coming up all the way up in the throat, in the mouth. There are so many places of holding. So that so often what comes out is only a part of our voice. It's partial. It's kind of clipped off. It's clipped off. And this comes into play when we think about praise. I've taken voice for the second time in my life. I've started to take voice lessons. And voice lessons are therapeutic. A part what comes out from the voice. We can often say, well, let's just offer praise. Let's just offer praise. Let's just let it flow. Let's just let it flow. But it's not a matter of letting it flow. It's about first seeing clearly where and how it doesn't flow. Where are the tightnesses? Where are the tightnesses in us? Where are the tightnesses when we offer praise to someone? Pay more close attention to the ways. It's a very complicated deal. It seems simple. It's not simple. Praise is often partial. It's partial. It's snipped off. It's a little bit, oh, nice job. It's not often felt, and it's not often offered in an embodied way. Praise, and yet we all love to receive it, but have a hard time receiving it as well, as we've discussed. But it's also challenging for us to offer it, to offer praise, to take a moment and offer praise. And there's a wonderful poem. I think I've read it once before, and I want to read it again. And I love this, partly because it's such an old poem, Hafiz. This was done a few centuries ago. With That Moon Language. Have you heard this poem, With That Moon Language? This is a good one. It's called With That Moon Language. Admit something. Everyone you see, you say to them, love me. I love that line. Everyone you see, you say to them, love me. Of course, you did not do this out loud. Otherwise, someone would call the cops. This is brilliant. Still, though, think about this. This great pull in us to connect. Why not become the one who lives with a full moon in each eye, that is always saying, with that sweet moon language, what every other eye in this world is dying to hear? Love that. Why not become the one who lives with a full moon in each eye that is always saying, with that sweet moon language, what every other eye in this world is dying to hear? It's the same thing that we're dying to hear. If we can be honest about it and begin to let it in a little bit more, as if we're actually worthy of it, of receiving compliments, as Susan so elegantly explored with us. But how about us practicing offering compliments? Yeah, practicing. It's a practice. It's a practice. So often say, look, this is a good idea. Think about meditation and all the areas that we explore is, but how do we translate that into a practice? And to begin to see how we do this. We do this in the people we love that we're close to, we do this all the time. We either stop complimenting. Susan and I do a mindful weekend for people who are in relationship. Yeah, who are in relationship with each other. And one of the main things is people stop offering real compliments to each other and stop receiving compliments from each other. That happens in our entire extended families all the time. The people we know best, we might compliment a little, but not really, really not take time to offer and take time to let in Yeah. So it's really for us, and this is something that we've said this to you. So this is something that Susan and I very much consider to be part of our spiritual practice. Every day, all the time, both receiving praise when it comes, but offering praise and going out of our way, not out of our way in some crazy way, so that someone would call the cops, but to find a way, because, just seeing someone, allowing them, giving them that moment to notice you are being seen right now. You're being acknowledged right now. You're being validated right now. It might just be in a good morning hello as you're being served something, but finding that way to make a connection is itself praise. It's itself ringing a bell that everyone wants wrong. That's that bell of validation, that moment of validation. That moment of validation, offering that, can change a person's whole day, just that moment. And it can change our day if we let someone else's compliment in as well. And so this is not just an idea. This is, to us is one of the most rich. It's such a rich place of practice. Yeah. And we will encourage you to pay attention to this. And we could say maybe this week you pay attention some to how you offer a compliment or a blessing or just an acknowledgement to someone. How do you do that? Yeah? How do you do that? Yeah? We do some of these things autonomously without thinking of so much. To take a moment, make it not so autonomous. How do you do that? Yeah? Whether it's to somebody you care about or to someone you're just buying a newspaper from or a cup of coffee. There's one restaurant, we don't go much anymore, it's a salad restaurant in Boston we would go to a lot. Now, and this is true, we walk in the restaurant, every single server knows us by name. And all it's been, I don't know how this, I do know how this happened. We've just practiced connecting with each person as we come in and as we're seated, and find a way to have sometimes a short conversation if they have a moment. We go, we're actually interested, just showing interest, right? Just that, just that, just that. Do we do that? How do we do that? How do we turn a transaction into a connection, a moment of connection? Yeah. Because we all need that, and we need it more than ever after this last year and a half. Yeah, but we always need it. Yeah. Yeah. The simple blessing of that, Maybe we focus this week a little bit on the offering of that. How we do that? When do we do that? When do we maybe think of doing it, but don't do it? All that, the dance of that. Okay.